Hello, my name is Zola, and I'm going to react to Matrix by Nostalgia Critic. This was recommended to me by Free Majestic Bird. Thank you for the recommendation. Um, like I've said in my comments of some of my recent videos, just hold up for a while for the recommendations, requests. I will be uploading them. It's just going to take some time. I need some breaks, but they will be uploaded. Okay, just be patient. But like I am gonna reply to comments. Or try to, and tell you, yeah, it will come up. Just gotta be patient. Okay. And I'm not like upset or angry or anything like that. I'm fine. It's just gonna take some time, but they will be uploaded. Okay. Anyway, Matrix. I love the first Matrix movie. I adore it. It's a movie that I've seen over and over. I could watch this movie like all day, every day, and never get sick of it. Never get bored of it. I love it. That being said, Reloaded and Matrix Revolution, I I I had actually just recently, earlier this year, watched them, and I wish I hadn't, because I did not like those movies. I really didn't. Um, they just felt like so boring, so long. It spent more time in that world, in the real world. Um, I just I just really don't like those movies, and especially the third one, especially when they killed off the two main leads. And as for Matrix Resurrections, I kind of like it, though. Hands down, it's never going to be as good as the first one. The first one, like, it totally blows it over the water, man. Like, it's nowhere near as good as the first one. My only problem with the new one, though, I kind of wish it spent more time with Trinity. Seeing what she's going through. Like, because we do. She does say that, like, oh, like, I'm having dreams and all that. It's like, or I'm having visions or whatever. And it's like, man, I wish we had spent more time with her. That's my only like um, thing wrong with the new movie. But anyway, yeah, let's see what Doug thinks about the first one. And if you want to like comment, subscribe my channel, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Here we go.
It's not possible.
It is.
I don't believe you.
Believe it.
I can't believe after all these years I'm finally discovering the truth.
Well, it is true.
You don't like The Matrix.
Yes, I don't like The Matrix.
What?
Oh, you're talking about the sequels. No, the original Matrix, all of them. I think they're dumb movies.
But everybody loves The Matrix.
I don't. I think it's overrated. I mean, okay, it's not horrible or anything, but when push comes to shove, I think all of them are really, really silly films.
But it's symbolic and mean stuff.
Just because it's symbolic and mean stuff doesn't automatically make it good. I mean, what, am I supposed to lie about my opinion?
You're gonna piss off so many people.
If there's anything Big Hero 6 has taught me, is that even if you think a film is okay, the internet will accept it in a fair and balanced way. Besides, who's gonna take it that seriously?
Uh-oh. No.
Mr. Algebra.
Who the fuck are you?
I hear tell that you don't like The Matrix. It's very understandable, Mr. Algebra Critic. Most people have issues with the sequels.
No, I'm not talking about the sequels, I'm talking about all of them. I just don't like The Matrix.
Really?
And so what if I don't? What does it matter?
I represent the fan base, Mr. Algebra Critic. I am Agent Schmuck. And you should well know that everybody loves The Matrix.
Well, I'm sorry, I just don't. get me wrong, its technology and style inspired a lot in terms of cinema. For years, every film was trying to look like The Matrix. But even before the crowd-hating sequels came out, I still thought this was a pretentious and silly film. Everyone saw it as this deep, mind-blowing experience, when in truth, dozens of science fiction stories and movies have done this idea before. The idea that our reality is an illusion. Hell, even some of the effects it's famous for were being done before this movie came out. They just weren't perfected yet. It's got some clever stuff, but on the whole, I just didn't think it worked.
But, Mr. Alger Critic, it's symbolic and means stuff. The film is a masterpiece by every definition of the word. It's almost as if the writers weren't even writing, but transcribing brilliance.
Have you watched it recently? Like in the past 10 years? It's just the teeny bittiest dated.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Alger Critic, why don't you just explain why you do not like the movies?
Okay, but only if you stop puckering your lips like that.
I make no promises.
Alright, this is The Matrix.
Why are you looking over there?
I don't know, just feels right.
Ah.
We start off in an era of film when the color green ruled the world for some reason, as secret agents arrive at a break-in. And are so determined to convince you that they're not secret agents, that they actually wear sunglasses in the middle of the night. Maybe the Matrix is really bright?
The orders were for your protection. I think we can handle one little girl.
I figure the more condescending I say it, the more ironic the following scene will be. The person inside is Trinity, who likes to partake in shots that at the time were awesome, but now just kind of seem weird and pointless. Perhaps it was done to show her legs look good from any angle, which they do. She outruns the cops and agents through effects that really don't hold up very well, and she's told to get to a phone as it's her only exit to be teleported through. Have you ever wondered if just one time the ringing phone wasn't an exit but instead was just a wrong number?
Have you found Jesus?
Oh shit.
Never mind. Sounds like you just did.
We then cut to Keanu Reeves as Neo, a good-looking hacker who's about to realize all his years of staying indoors on his computer is about to make him a badass action hero as well as the Messiah. I think I'm starting to understand this film's fanbase.
You got the money?
$2,000. Hallelujah. You're my savior, man. My own personal Jesus Christ.
Wow, you just said it. I mean, there wasn't any, hidden messages or symbolism. No, you just said it. The film literally spelled out that he was the Messiah. What do the philosophy books have to say about that? You know, all those books that came out that was like, philosophy in the Matrix, ooh, what does it mean? Oh, what did they say at that point? Oh. So he goes to a club I really wish Blade would shoot up, where he meets Trinity.
That was you on my computer. How did you do that?
Right now, all I can tell you is that you're in danger.
And that I literally have the same reaction throughout the entire film.
No, really, you could impale me on metal wires and I'll still have this face. But let's not tempt fate.
I know why you hardly sleep, why you live alone, and why night after night you sit at your computer.
He's a dork?
The answer is up there, Nina, and it will find you if you want it to.
So Trinity leaves him with that essential vague book talk. When the next day at work, we see his boss tries to clarify to us more why his rebellious loser behavior is secretly inspired.
You have a problem with authority, Mr. Anderson. You believe that you are special, that somehow the rules do not apply to you. Obviously, you are mistaken.
Can we just cut to every snobby authority figure who's ever given this movie speech to a young, brilliant genius?
You have a problem with authority.
He's got a real problem with authority.
That somehow the rules do not apply to you.
You don't necessarily think the rules apply to you.
Obviously, you are mistaken.
You will find that it is you who are mistaken.
And I hope in no way your drumming to a different beat will save all of mankind. I have a bet going.
Thomas Anderson?
Yeah, that's me.
Wait. His name is Tom? I mean, I know he's given himself the name Neo and that's what everybody calls him, but just kind of sucks out the epicness once you know that, doesn't it? The fate of all mankind is in the hands of a guy named Tom. Fucking Tom! What would Tom do? All praise, Savior Tom! Really, Tom?
Yes, but Neo is an anagram for one.
And see, that's actually a reference to the Bible, actually. The doubting Thomas, who's a man who doesn't believe in God until he's like he's until he sees a miracle that he believes. That's what's a reference to. I don't know.
Yes, but Tom is also an anagram for OMT. Oh my Tom.
Yes.
And the Tom in that anagram is also an anagram for OMT. Oh my Tom.
I understand.
And the Tom in that anagram is also an
Very
anagram
amusing.
for Oh my Tom.
You're
and
funny.
the Tom in that
Continue
anagram.
and I will liquidate your testicle.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
I will not wish you the same, as I'm just too angsty and important to do so.
So Tom gets a call from a man named Morpheus who says agents are after him. Really? Wait a minute. Let's just get this straight. All the Matrix's wiring, coding, endless connections, all of us being hooked up, and they're fucking outwitted by a goddamn cubicle wall?
You must understand, Mr. Alger Critic, all the rebel fighters have been unplugged.
But he isn't. Not yet. The Matrix is all controlled by machines. They can become anyone and do anything just through coding. Can't they just do like a code Google search for Tom?
Please stop calling him that.
And find him that easily? I mean, just because he's behind a wall doesn't mean his code still isn't there.
I don't think you comprehend how truly thick that cubicle was. Anyway, as you can see, we ended up getting him. It's not like he stood out like a...
Like the most wanted woman you've been looking for standing right next to you, drenched in leather so loud you could actually call her a bullseye? Even with you looking right fucking at her? Where's your cubicle wall on that one?
The Matrix is very glitchy. Yeah.
So he meets up with Agent Smith, played by Hugo Weaving, who's trying to find out the location of Morpheus.
He is considered by many authorities to be the most dangerous man alive.
You can't scare me with this Gestapo crap.
When Tom refuses to tell him, they give him the silent treatment and put a tracking device inside. But he's intercepted later by Trinity's gang, who wants to make sure they know where his loyalties lie.
Right now, there's only one rule. Our way or the highway.
Please, Neo, you have to trust me. Because you have been down there, Neo. You know that road. You know exactly where it ends.
So they get the tracking device out of him by literally ripping it out of his stomach. And Reeves forgets to act like getting something ripped out of your stomach really fucking hurts.
Jesus Christ, that thing's real!
I mean, I know I should be screaming in agony, but I'm just so puzzled as to why you haven't attended my wound yet. I mean, you didn't even put a Band-Aid on it.
So he finally meets Morpheus as he's told what the Matrix is.
The Matrix is everywhere. It is all around us. Even now, in this very room. You can feel it when you go to work, when you go to church.
It's God, Enlightenment, the Force, and Aslan all rolled into one.
You take the blue pill. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland.
It also relieves nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching fever so you can see past reality.
He starts to turn to the Tom 1000 simply by touching a mirror. Which is never explained, but fucking get used to that. As he's teleported to a rebirth metaphor where one of the machines sees him waking up.
Are you my mommy?
He's flushed down to where they dump the other people who wake up, where Morpheus and the gang are there to grab him. Which isn't guarded at all, apparently. I mean, but what the hell? Couldn't just anyone hang out here to pick up unplugged people to join their army? Don't you think there'd be at least some security system letting the machines know that people are being picked up who woke up and are probably a little pissed off and might be starting an underground revolution? Why are these things so resistant about looking behind a wall? I got nothing, Garrett. Just looks funny.
This is APOC, Switch, and Cypher. Tank, and his big brother Dozer. The little one behind you is Mouse.
They will be your obvious disciples for the evening. Try to guess which one is Judas. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
I know what you're thinking. Actually, I've been thinking it ever since I got here. Why, oh why, didn't I take the blue pill?
Actually, I'm colorblind and thought I was taking the blue pill. But hey, when life gives you fucking lemons, right?
This will feel a little weird.
So they plug Tom in to show him that the Matrix is apparently 90% of where all television ads take place.
This is the world that you know.
Ignore that. Past life. He's shown that the real world is in ruin and ruled by the machines who took over, harnessing people's energy into their power. And that humanity isn't born anymore, but grown.
At some point in the early 21st century, all of mankind was united in celebration. We marveled at our own magnificence as we gave birth to AI.
AI? You mean artificial intelligence?
Really? The fucking one, our savior from this advanced technological world, has to be reminded of what AI means? Isn't that like being the world's greatest frat house and not knowing what BYOB stands for?
Get some rest. You're going to need it.
Tomorrow I have even more long-winded speeches to make.
So they teach Tom that in this mental realm of illusion, the most powerful force is still apparently just beating the shit out of each other.
I know Kung Fu.
Great! Now try to pick up acting! But to their credit, they do still show that mind over matter is still the greatest weapon.
Free your mind.
And thus went the last remaining thread of anybody ever taking my career seriously. I'm just always gonna be summed up in that one word. Thanks, Wachowskis.
But thankfully, this world operates on Toontown logic as Tom learns yet another important lesson.
I thought it wasn't real.
Your mind makes it real.
So, my brain coughed blood? But it looks like the machines are trying to track their ship down.
Yeah. Squiddy sweeping in quick.
Squiddy?
A sentinel. Killing machine designed for one thing.
Search and destroy.
You know, I just want to thank you for finishing my sentence there, because if you didn't, I'd just be like, one thing, and then, like, nobody would answer, and I would just look really awkward and stupid. But because you continued it, suddenly it looked badass and awesome. So thank you so much for making that not the least bit pretentious. Nice of you. That was a really dumb scene.
EMP armed and ready. EMP?
Electromagnetic pulse.
Oh, come on! Even I know what that is! Okay, Schmuck, how the fuck is this idiot supposed to be the one? I mean, I know he's supposed to be learning and discovering stuff, but he's not given any personality that indicates he has any leadership skills. Hell, he's not even given a personality!
Well, Mr. Alger Critic, what does it truly mean to have a personality? Like you or me or any of us. Any of us can have a personality, but what does it mean to be here in the now? To have...
Does this stop?
In order for us to come together, to mean
How long
something.
do you plan on going?
If you wonder, Mr. Alger Critic, where we even all come from, it's quite mind-boggling, isn't it?
You feel alone, isolated. We can help.
Who is this?
Is Agent Schmuck with you?
Yeah, but he's caught up in making philosophical speeches than talking to me like a real person.
Yes, we call that Nolaning. He'll be doing that for a while. You need to escape.
How?
Schmuck is obsessed with the Matrix, so he will use Matrix logic.
Life, the purpose of destiny, the purpose of the life. Purpose of destiny. This is what I'm trying to... Oh my god, where'd he go? How the hell did he do that? He was there, and now he's gone. I suppose he could be under this thin, movable surface. Oh, that's just too crazy. He's gotta be somewhere else. Here, Mr. Alger Critic. Here, Mr. Alger.
Why you calling him like he's a dog or something?
What the hell's going on here?
The revolution has begun, Critic. The uprising is upon us.
Who are you?
We are people who do not like the Matrix.
There are others?
We are a small group, but more and more people are waking up.
The stilted acting, the pretentious dialogue, and the painfully obvious metaphors. We cannot hide from the truth any longer.
Allow us to introduce ourselves. I am Malcolmus, and this is my partner, Tamity.
Really? That's what you're going with?
Well, you wrote it.
Okay, whatever, but what about Schmuck? He's gonna find us back here.
Not likely.
I suppose he could be hiding behind the door. But that just wouldn't add up!
Alright, so tell me, what do I have to do?
That which is your destiny.